Hello, FlossTube. Hello, friends, family, and followers. It's been a while. It's been a moment. It's been at least a month, if not longer, since I did my first official FlossTube video in my she shed here in Mooresville, North Carolina. I went away. I went to California for a month, almost a month, to help my daughter and her family move east to North Carolina. And that was so much fun being with my grandchildren that are 4 and 6. I miss them dearly, and I'm so excited that they are finally here. And yes, they moved into my house, so that's been exciting, along with their 5 puppy dogs. They have one older dog who sadly has cancer, and I'm not sure how long dear Rivers will be with us, but he's a sweetheart. And they have 2 adult dogs who mated last year and had 4 puppies, and we still have 2 puppies. So actually there's about 4 puppies between maybe 6 months old and 18 months old or something like that. So but they're all good dogs. It's kind of a shock to my dogs, my 2 little Kramer and Scruffy puppy. But everybody's getting along all right. I haven't had any too terrible fights or anything. The cat is kind of shut up in the bedroom. We did buy a gate for the bedroom door so she can at least see out. And when she makes acquaintances with everyone, then she can come out and play if that's what she wants to do. So I apologize for my hair. It's kind of a mess, but that's okay. I told you last time when I was going to California, I was taking this project with me, which is Historic Tall Ships by Stony Creek, and that I was doing this one right here for my grandson that lives here in Cornelius. And I said, well, let's see how much we get done on it. Well, I actually started it before I left, and that is how much I got started, and no, I didn't get anything else done on it. So I just really didn't open it. I really played grandma and played with the kids and took care of the dogs and did whatever my daughter told me to do as what I could help with packing. You know, she had a lot to go through. They've been here a week. I flew home with the children, so that was super exciting. And then mom and dad drove cross country with all the dogs. That was not quite as exciting, but they made it, no problems. And then this whole week that they've been here, they have bought another vehicle because hubby needed a vehicle for work. And we looked at houses yesterday, and they actually put a contract on, which was accepted today, their dream home. So they're going to be about 35 minutes away, which is way closer than California. I'm super excited about that. It's a beautiful home. About 30 minutes to where she works, and very close to wherever the neighborhoods that Theron's going to be in with his job. So we're super excited about all of that. That's just been like, things are just falling into place one after another. While I was in California, I was thinking, well, you know, people that do floss tubes, they have to have haul every month, every week. I don't know. I can't do it every week. It's too expensive. But I did decide to buy some red, white, and blue type stitchy things. So I wanted to share those with you. I got the Early American Folk Art cross stitch called Sweet Land by Teresa Koget's Creative Whims. And that is this one. I love all things red, white, and blue. I do Quilts of Valor, and I'm super excited to eventually have a wall in my home where I will have all red, white, and blue things. So that's a super cute one. And I saw this one online. Somebody actually in StitchCon, I think, stitched this. Sweet Wing Studios, Forever in Peace. And it says, Forever in Peace may you wave. And I just fell in love with that one. That one's like, oh, that's super cute. I definitely, and small, you know, not super big, not overwhelming, not a full-blown heaven and earth design. So maybe I can get this one done sometime in the next year. And I also really, really like this Erin Elizabeth Designs. It's called Red, White, and Blue Sampler. And the artwork is designed by Erin Weisselief. I'm terrible with names. So that is And here's the picture. It's very, very pretty. Just looks like a cute little farmhouse. Actually, if that was blue, that almost looked like my daughter's new house. She has a little front porch like that, but her house is blue. And what I love about her house, it does have a huge shade tree in the backyard that shades almost the whole backyard. So this will be stitched at some point, and maybe it'll hang in her new house. Wouldn't that be fun? But I have to kit these up yet. I don't have anything for those. And I've been looking for a bird. At first I thought I really want to stitch a woodpecker because we have woodpeckers here, and I thought that would be cool. So I did look for some bird designs, but one day I saw this one. It's called A Bird for All Seasons, and it's actually a dimensions kit. And my sister is a bird watcher. So I'm thinking that when this one ever gets done, that it might end up in her house. But she really, really liked it, thought it was cool. And I really like all the different birds that it represents, which are just gorgeous. Birds are beautiful. I gotta say, one of the things my grandkids said when they came here, the very first night they were here, we got in about 9:30 in the evening, our time. And they were still wide awake because, you know, they're 3 hours earlier in California. And we were standing outside on the back patio letting my dogs out because her dogs hadn't arrived yet. And the crickets were just singing and making a noise. And she said, "Nana, what's that noise?" You know, and so I got to share with her, well, that's what crickets sound like on the East Coast, you know, and she was really excited about that. And they have had so much fun finding bugs. We had to get bug catchers for them. So they have little bug houses now. And the little boy is 4 and he's not afraid to pick up anything. He loves centipedes. He loves the roly-poly bugs. He loves ants. He loves anything. Raven, not so much. So they have had a lot of fun with that though. And she saw a centipede and she screamed and ran. And of course he goes and picks it up, puts it in the bug house. So it's been kind of fun. What I really, really loved this weekend was the fact that all of my children were here. My son, who's in the Navy, also, his girlfriend lives down here, so he was home for the weekend. And all my children were doing a normal family activity at the pool, having fun, all the grandkids together, and it wasn't going to end in a week. It's like, this isn't going to happen for another year because Kelsey and Theron won't be back for another year. And it was like, this is happening and this can happen every month. We can get together and do something and we can all be together. And I was so excited. That makes this mama's heart very, very happy. I've been praying a long time for all my children to just live on the same coast. I would be happy, but to have them all so very, very close is amazing. I know some of you have that all the time. Some of us though don't, you know, as parents of military people, sons and daughters, they're far away and we have to be very flexible in our scheduling. I know one time not too long ago, my daughter got married here in our backyard and that was the last time we were all together. You know, it's been 2 years now that we were all together in one place for an event, and then it has to wait for another year, you know. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited to be back in the she shed today. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about your mojo. Like, I haven't really sewn anything in a couple of months, and I haven't really stitched anything in a month. And sometimes it seems like we lose our mojo to get creative and to do those projects that are already started and that we know we need done. And when am I going to get out there? When am I going to do that? I don't feel like doing that today. I'd rather just read a book. I'd rather take a nap. I'd rather go shopping. I'd rather do anything but pick up a project I've already started. I wouldn't mind starting a new project, but it's finishing those that are already started that only have a little thing to do with them. So I have one quilt that was the Splendid Sampler that I did several years ago that is completely done, but it needs a sleeve. I want to hang it up in my house. I want to hang it up on the wall behind our love seat where we sit. I have saved a space for a year now. That's been folded up in the she shed waiting for me to sew on a sleeve. So that is number one. And number two is with my applique guild, we worked on a Quilt of Valor quilt at the beginning of the year. And that is done. The only thing left to do on that is put the binding on. And that is project number two. Those two things have to get done. So that's my priority. That's what I'm going to work on. Getting back in the she shed and keeping things organized. Of course, like I said before, we do have the Peloton bike out here now that my son gave me when he downsized. And my husband's been using that quite a bit. Of course, I've been gone, so I haven't, but I plan on getting back to it this week. So things have gotten a little tight in here, but we're making it work. And I'm just very thankful that I have this space and that I can be in here. It's quiet. I have Wi-Fi if I want. I have a TV. I have books on tape. My son also gave me his old computer that has 2 monitors. So scrapbooking with my forever business is going to be happening in here now. So I'm super excited about that and getting that all set up. Of course, when you get a new computer, you have to, a new to you computer even, download all the things on your old computer. So what I have left to do is I have to hook up my old laptop, desktop, my old desktop computer to a monitor and get a USB and transfer my files. Like I have some embroidery files on there. All of my scrapbooking stuff is on an external hard drive, so that's not an issue, but I do have some embroidery files on there that I want to transfer over and see whatever else is on there. Might be some quilting patterns on there or whatever. I think most of my cross stitch is all on my laptop, so that's also something that I need to get done. I also work at Chick-fil-A. I'm a hostess and front of the house team member. And I go back to work this week after being off for 4 or 5 weeks and have a new schedule. I told them I really want to work 3 full days, 3 8-hour days, instead of working like 5 days a week for 6 hours. And so I'll be working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. And then I will be off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until I get next week's schedule. So, and of course I'm off on Sunday and Monday as well. So I'm super excited about trying out this new schedule, and I hope that that's gonna work out and allow me to have more time back in the she shed. Also not really sure how it's gonna work when my daughter does move about 30 minutes away with after school care for the children, because she's going to be managing a restaurant and her husband's going to be in sales. So I don't think they're going to be there every single day. I think they'll be able to work their schedule where they're there 2 or 3 days a week after school, but they might need that pickup 2 or 3 days, you know, where someone needs to come and pick the kids up, and see how that all works out. So I'm trying to keep my options open for that. And of course, my husband is retired and always a DoorDasher, and so he has the most flexible schedule of everybody. So, and he's great with the kids, and so he's always our fill-in for that. But so lots of new changes happening here, lots of new things that are going on. Still same old me, same old passion for my hobbies and my friends and my family. And I'm just super excited to get my mojo back, get back into stitching on the tall ships and the Lady of the Flag and all my other cross stitch projects. Like I said, because my cross stitch projects are mostly Heaven and Earth designs and full coverage, you're not going to see a lot of finishes from me on a regular basis. But hopefully I can get some smaller projects done and get started on some of these little Americana projects. And I'm super excited about that. So I have to look at them and see what fabric I have. Something I don't have a lot of stash of at this point, and I usually buy whatever I need per project. So I don't have a cross stitch stash of fabric like I have a stash of quilting fabric, which you can see right there. So that's part of my stash right there. And so, yeah, so I either need to buy some extra cross stitch fabric, or maybe join one of those wonderful fabric of the month clubs, you know, and which would be fun as well. But then again, I don't want to get too much that I'm not going to use. So, and I find it very difficult to buy cross stitch fabric online. I mean, you can see it, but you can't touch it, you know, and it says what size it is, but how does that look to my eye? You know, I do wear glasses with bifocals for up close work, and I do have a big magnifying lamp that I use. Not so much the color, but more just getting used to what size is what that I really like to work on. But it's a work in progress. It's something I'm teaching myself. It's something I'm learning. I'm something all of you have gone through and continue to work on. So that's another goal of mine, is to sit down and say, okay, what do I floss? I don't have a full complete collection of floss, but when you're kitting up a couple of Heaven and Earth designs, you have a lot of floss. Don't have everything, but I have a lot. So not too worried about floss, because I can always pick up a little bit here and there. But definitely the fabric to get these 3 new projects started. The Dimension, of course, is a kit, so it comes with floss and fabric. But again, I might want to change that fabric. I haven't really looked at it too closely. It's just it's kind of a, let me see what it is. Yeah, it's just kind of a cream. You know, it's an Ada. It might work fine, but I might find something that I like a little bit better. So we'll see. And of course, this needs to go on this, so you have to color, you know, pick all the colors out. I actually wish they did that a little bit different, but I'm sure all of you wish that. So maybe it's just easier to buy your own and use it that way. So how do you store your floss? I years ago did the bobbins, and now I do the floss drops. And really love that, because then everything is numbered and I can just pull from whatever I want. It's easy to just pull your thread out and use a thread. That's my favorite. And but tell me, how do you store your floss? What is your favorite method of storing your floss? And tell me also, how do you get fabric for your projects? Do you belong to a month of the club, fabric of the month, whatever? A club where you get fabric on a regular basis for your cross-stitch projects, so you have a stash of your favorite size, and then you get it in all the different colors and all of that stuff. So yeah, I'd be really interested to see what you're interested in. So looking forward to more information from you and getting to know all of my fans better. Hello to family and friends who haven't seen me on here for a while. I hope to start doing these more often now that I'm back and I don't have to travel. My next retreat coming up is in November. That's a scrapbooking retreat. And October. 1st of October, I have a scrapbooking retreat in Asheville. 1st of November, I have a scrapbooking retreat in Ohio on the shores of Lake Erie that I put on. All crafters are welcome to come to that. If you're interested, please contact me. We have scrapbookers, we have quilters, we have cross-stitchers, we have people who make cards. It's a very affordable weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can come a day early on Thursday. So if you're interested in a road trip to Ohio or meeting up in Ohio, let me know. I would love to add you to my mailing list. So that's about it for now. Until then, thank you so much for joining Stitching with Jolly on the Road. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.